away from Nigeria in 2023. I want you people to understand that those who betray have always one thing in common. I am telling you. Before we go into today's program, I want to make it very clear that tomorrow is sit at home. The sit at home in entire Biafra is to continue to demonstrate in our civil disobedience, to continue to demonstrate that we are no longer interested and we are ready to go next year, 2023. Omebego, those who mocked us, those who say we cannot do anything, those who say we cannot take our freedom into our own hand, I believe they probably may be disappointed today. Those who went all the way to Kenya to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I believe you have seen that you have misfired. Those who spend every money they have, borrow money from China, those who provided their private jet to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, thinking that the Biafra struggle will end. I believe by now, if you don't get the message by now, I want you to hold on. Don't worry. If they think they have not seen the message and have not seen how serious and resolute we are to get our freedom by next year, they should wait, and they are going to get the message very soon. And those of you who already have been getting the message and are feeling it, you can see now that it is no longer business as usual. You can see that you have misfired. You can see that kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become the greatest mistake of Nigeria. That is not why I'm here. I want to make it very clear. Those who were recruiting people to kill Biafrans, instead of recruiting to fight terrorists that are coming to our land, they recruit to fight Biafra people. They recruit them from the other side and they bring them to the other side of Biafra. They want to fight Biafra people. They want to fight ESN. Their job is to fight ESN, and some of them are kai drinkers. Some of them are shouting, and they are having armored tanks around them where they are moving and having activities. Ask them today, where is your second in command? Where is your second in command? What we are doing is you they look me and they look you. You they look me and they look you. Some of them are ashamed. They are ashamed because what they are getting is water. Water. You can't fight Biafra. You can't. You can't fight Biafra people. Because Kim and Ka, Imankozo. That is why I have never made any comment on all the people raising concern. Oh, somebody is recruiting people. They want to fight war. They want to fight ESN. I don't want to those things. You have never seen me posted anything on social media. You don't see me. Have you ever seen me posting anything on social media? Oh, this is what we are doing. This is what Biafra. This is what Biafra people are doing. I don't do that. I don't need to prove to you anything. I do not need to prove to you anything. Unlike those people that will have chased away and expelled from the struggle. Every little thing, the only thing they do now is they do photo struggle. Photoshop struggle is what they do. Picture and video struggle. They have to post something to you. They have to tell you that, oh, the ESN have done this. ESN don't do all those things. ESN don't do anything. ESN is They are safeguarding our land, safeguarding our forest. ESN don't do all those things they are posting to you on social media. Disregard them. ESN is a very, very, well-trained personnel. They know their job. They know what to do. Some of them put some people to just go and get picture, get video, just to sabotage. The people getting the video is just a sabotage. So they will come and post it and say, look at some of them, they will gather, they will do something, they will take picture, they will send, somebody will sneak and send picture, they will share it. Disregard them. We don't share picture. We don't share video. We don't need to prove to you that something is happening. But believe me, water. Biafra liberation have started. And there is no going back. And we are not hiding it. The world will know that we fought. When Biafra come, the world will know that we fought like people. We fought like men. We fought like brave people, brave nation. So we have started and we will fight until Biafra independence and Biafra flag. Until we secure our land and our territory, we are not going to stop this fight because they brought the fight to us. So I want to tell you today, ask them, where is your second in command? They can't announce it, right? They can't boast again on social media. They can't come and tell you how they are going to kill ESN. They cannot come again and tell you how they are bragging, how they are going to deal with Biafra people. They are not going to tell you again how they do it. These people are not going after terrorists. They are not going after terrorists. They are not going after those who come from Senegambia, from Central African Republic, from Mauritania and all that to kill us. They are not going after them. Let me tell you, I want to show you one thing. These people are not going after these people I'm going to show you now on this video. One moment. They don't go after them. They come after our own Umuchineke, Ezbotu Umuchineke, that have done nothing, absolutely nothing other than coming to, protect our land. These are the people that Eastern Security Network go after. These are the people. The reason why we are raising funds every day is because of these people. This is the reason. This is the reason we run. This is the reason we buy arms. This is the reason we buy ammunition and we are continue to buy it until these people will no longer enter our land to kill us. These are the people the Eastern Security Network are trained to fight. Did you see that? Now ask yourself a question. Those who are recruiting people, they are not recruiting to fight these people you saw on this video. They are not recruiting to fight the people you saw on the video. They are recruiting to fight our people. They are recruiting to fight those who should fight these people. They are recruiting to fight the Eastern Security Network. And of course, one thing we have to promise them is that if you come, our land you will collect. So those of you who allow yourself to be used by going into a very failed mission, for somebody to come to say they want to recruit you to join one stupid group or another to come to fight in other side of the land of Biafra, you people will get water. So your commander will not tell you, that person that is training you people, he will not tell you. He will not tell you what other people he brought to the other side of the land is collected. He will not tell you. He will not tell you that the second in command, he will not tell you the whereabouts of the second in command. He's not going to tell you. And we're not going to tell you. So we'll keep on to be looking at you people. We'll be looking at you. So, again, I want to also bring something to notice of today. Very, very important. I want you all to see that Nigeria Army are not just collaborating, they have become bandits, terrorists, criminals, just like we know already. So when you look at this, you see this news here. Another kidnappers of Kaduna family, 10 members has been arrested after 6 million ransom they requested was brought to them. And they turn out to be Nigeria Army. Nigeria Army kidnapping in Kaduna. Nigeria Army kidnapping in Kaduna, collecting 6 million ransom, and they arrested them. They came and they want to collect the money and they arrested them. Are you listening to me? One of them confessed that there are many, and the 87% of Nigeria Army are kidnappers, bandits. The question you should ask yourself, is this a lie? Do you see the reason why we have declared them terrorists in our land? Do you see the reason why we say anywhere you see them in Biafraland, engage them? Any place you see them on checkpoint, engage them. Anywhere in Biafra, because we are now in the liberation phase. It is armed struggle. Because they sit in that checkpoint and they will be watching other people kidnapping our people, killing them, and they give them shield. That is why we don't want them. Every checkpoint, we continue to maintain it. No checkpoint is allowed. So if you see them anytime, any place in Biafra land, just don't worry. Don't worry. It is gradual process. We are not in a hurry. We are not in a hurry. But I'm telling you that we are going to chase them away in Biafra land until Biafra is declared independent nation. Next year, we are going to make sure we chase them away. And of course, on the issue of Enugu Ezike is going to be defended and protected. Enugu Ezike is very significant, very, very important place, and we are going to make sure we protect Enugu Ezike and defend them. So people of Enugu Ezike should just keep their mouth shut and eyes open. Biafra people are with you. We are going to defend Enugu Ezike. And anybody that sabotage, you will have yourself to blame. Allow them. Let them do whatever they want to do. But I'm telling you from today, it will never be the same. Never be the same. You know, some of you are, some of these one Nigerianists, what they do is, when something like this is happening, they will use it to console themselves. They will say, oh, look at, they are killing people in Enugu Ezike. Oh, they are killing people. Please forget, leave Ohofia. Those people that, some people say, leave Ohofia. Ohofia is intact. Ohofia, we are not sure, and nothing is happening. So just leave Ohofia will collect, and they will collect very, very badly. Now, let me tell you, some of you that will always want to stick in this devilish and evil forest, you don't know, because you are a loser. You are a loser. If they ask you now, what is it that is making you to be happy when you see that Nigeria state is killing your own people for ordinary action for freedom? You will say, no, then let them kill them. You are just, sorry is your name. Sorry is your name. Go on today, after killing 3 million Biafrans, is calling for restructuring of Nigeria. The same Gowon that refused the restructuring of Nigeria by Ojukwu is today crying for the restructuring of Nigeria. But what he don't know is that Fulani has gone beyond that restructuring. They have used him. His time is over. Gowon time is over. I want you to understand that we will continue to show our readiness to leave Nigeria by 2023. Now, I want everybody to listen to this. Let us go back to the memory lane.
At the end of it, I don't want to go because these things are all, the tapes are available, the records are there. In fact, only about 2 weeks ago, I saw a set of the records again. The transcripts are available. But we talked about the Nigerian situation. And certainly, at the end, everybody says, oh, you told them this, you did that. The fact was that our case was so clear that I actually believed at the end of Aburi that the problem was not Gawan, but probably some ambassadors in Lagos who were pressing for something else. Because we understood each other. We agreed on every single point. The drafting was, in fact, my chief secretary with 2 other chief secretaries from the other side. They said, no, no, no. And drafted and agreed. We looked at it, we agreed. General Ankara read over the whole report again to us at the end. Asked us if we wanted to amend anything. No. At the end of all that, the position was so good that actually Ankara drove Jack Gawan and myself to the airport. Jack was sitting on his left, I was sitting on his right.
Are you hearing that? That during the Aburi Accord, they had as agreement, mutual understanding, and even to the extent that they drove Gowon and Ojukwu to the airport in the same car. Ojukwu was sitting the other side, Gowon was sitting the other side, and they have agreement. They asked them, do you have any other thing to amend? They said no. Do you have any other thing to add? They said no. But you know how betrayers behave. Do you know why Gowon? Do you know what the reason Gowon gave? Gowon said that Ojukwu went and announced it first. Ojukwu went and announced it first. That is the problem. Ojukwu announced the Abore Accord in Enugu first. So, and according to him, Ojukwu said some things that were not in the agreement. Gowon have not said something that Ojukwu, till today, Gowon have not mentioned that thing that Ojukwu said that was not in the agreement. People did not ask questions. But Gowon opened his mouth and say, Ojukwu went and announced it before him. The same spirit of betrayal, the same spirit in those criminals that we have expelled from IPOB. How many of you remember? The problem when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave order for Simon Ekpa to broadcast on Radio Biafra. And it happened the way it happened because I know them. I came and make the announcement on Facebook that has been given a slot to broadcast on Radio Biafra. Do you know the problem? They say, oh, he went and announced it. He went and announced it. These criminals then never wanted to announce to Biafrans. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave order for Simon Ekpa to broadcast Radio Biafra. It was a slap to them. How can there be in this struggle all these years and Simon Ekpa's name is being heard from DSS dungeon? It was a slap. So apart from all the betrayals and all the criminality they have done against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they increased it. They say that will not happen. It can never happen. We must destroy Simon Ekpa. The same thing Gowon did. The spirit of betrayers are the same thing. The spirit. I want you to listen. Let it not be me saying it. The spirit of betrayers are the same. They are not different. The same thing Gowon did is the same thing these criminals have done to Biafra and to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now listen to it.
He was in the middle. And in the course of that journey, at a point, General Ankara shook his head and said, "Oh, thank you. Thank you. If only we can go on like this, everything would be all right." I believe I was the one. As I do now from time to time, I go for the dramatic. Suddenly I picked up Gowon's hand, put it on Ankara's lap, brought my other hand, placed it on it, and I said, "General, sir, hold us together, I want to say something." So General Ankara put his hand on top of the two hands, and I said, "General, I want to assure you that I am totally satisfied with everything we said. I will even go further and say to you something I did not say at the conference, and that is that once we have implemented everything we have said, I would ask you for one favor and one favor only. And that would be to be the one to propose Jack Gowon as a head of state of Nigeria."
Did you hear that? Ojukwu told the Ghanaian general, who was the mediator, that because the way this Abori Accord went, he was very happy. And if after the implementation of everything they have discussed in Abori, that he would want that he propose General Gowon as the head of the Nigeria military head, or the president, the head of state, out of happiness of what was discussed. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is that I want you to see, I want you people to understand the spirit of betrayers are the same. The Nigeria is, swimming, these criminals we have chased out of IPOB is swimming, Nigeria is swimming in them. The exact attitude Gowon did trucated us, make this Nigeria to be what it is today, is because Gowon will say Ojukwu announced it first. The same thing these criminals have done to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to Biafra. That Simon Ekpa announced it first because they never wanted to announce it. They wanted to do their ojoro, and I already know. Because let me tell you, that particular order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very spiritual because it is what is propelling what you see today happening today. I am telling you the fact. That singular order can never be ignored because it is that order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is, reshaping everything happening today for good. I am telling you the fact. That order from Onyendu is what has brought autopilot and have shaping the struggle to what it is today. So you see, I want you to now listen as this thing is going to go, for you to know that the spirit of betrayals in Gowon was in the criminals we expelled from the struggle. The criminals that disobey Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is the same spirit that Gowon was working with. Now watch.
It was a 2-day conference of peers and old mates, but its aftermath produced even further controversy.
When we came back and Ojukwu did not go to make the statement he made first, virtually giving the impression that we've agreed for a confederation to move apart, etc., which was really not in exactly that. If I had had the opportunity to make my broadcast unified, because that was the agreement, not for...
Did you hear that? That the agreement was that if he had had the opportunity to make the broadcast first, that it is in the agreement. I do not know how it is in the agreement in Abori that Gowon is going to be the one to make the broadcast. Are you listening to me? So it is because of Gowon did not broadcast the Abori, because Ojukwu may have waited for Gowon to broadcast it. And of course, when he noticed that things were not going all right, he made the broadcast. I want you people to now begin to connect the dots of the people that are posting flyer. They want to raise funds to sustain themselves. Criminals. We told them we are going to chase them away from this struggle. When I was saying it, did you ever believe? When I was saying it, did they ever believe that we are going to chase them away from the struggle? Are we not chasing them away today? Are they not shamelessly shouting how they are going to resign? Are they not shamelessly fighting each other? You know, we are not talking. All of them are the ones doing juju on social media. They do juju, they do prophecy. We have not responded. We are not going to respond. But I am using this exposition to connect the dots for you to know that what we are doing is not ordinary. You have never seen me for a very long time responding to their garbage. We don't have that time. We are focused. Our eyes is on the ball. Nigeria is my problem, not them, not their own case is over since February 28. I told you that after February 28, they will begin to die gradually. And until you will hear them no more. I am telling you. You know, when I say it like this, they say, you know, hypnotizing, brainwashing. It is not brainwashing. It is something that I know that is going to happen. They will just die off before go and mark it. I know that because of what I'm saying, some of them who even threaten to leave after 2 weeks, they will begin to struggle to stay back. But they cannot maintain the heat. They can't maintain and understand the spirit that is pushing them. They cannot. We don't make mouth. We don't do baby on social media. We don't tie baby on social. Have you ever seen me tie baby? I don't tie baby. The highest thing I can do is to take my surgery. I don't tie baby. I don't tie baby. I take surgery from the head of the dragon. I don't do baby. I told them that they are going to leave the struggle for Biafra. They thought I was joking, right? I want you to, think back last year when we say, I will be your last bus stop, there's all of them. By that time, they were shouting here and there, shouting this, shouting that. Oh, he want to chase out from IPOB. What is happening today? I don't want to talk. I want to watch them as they are going to be running kitty kitty kata kata, kitty kitty kata kata. I am telling you, after this broadcast this night, some of them who say they are going to commit suicide if Simon Ekpa bring Biafra, some of them who say they are going to, over their dead body, if Simon Ekpa will bring Biafra, let that Biafra never come. All of them. Some of them who say they are going to resign and leave the struggle. I don't know. I do not know whether anybody is listening to them. I don't know whether they are making any impact in the struggle. I said, I will chase them away from this struggle. It is happening. They can never run away from it. They will all be chased away by the spirit of Biafra. But let me tell you one thing. I have never come on social media to tie baby. I listened to one of them. The other one is saying that, somebody is going to leave autopilot. I do not know whether that one is another juju. They want to, somebody is going to. I am waiting for them to say, Simon Ekpa is going to leave autopilot. Then you will know that your juju is powerful. Okay? When you begin to talk, Simon Ekpa is going to leave autopilot. Then you will know that your juju is powerful. But not that somebody else is going to leave. People will leave. Everybody that is in the autopilot can never be part of autopilot to the end. So, but when you begin to do juju, let Simon Ekpa leave autopilot. Then I will know that your juju is powerful. So can you start doing that juju? Can you start doing the juju for Simon Ekpa to leave autopilot? I want you to understand that, you cannot just come and say you are doing juju, all those nonsense. Let people leave autopilot. Somebody is going to leave autopilot. Somebody is going to close, is going to betray. I do not know how that is a prophecy. I do not know how that is a juju. That somebody close to Simon Ekpa is going to betray. When a whole Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was betrayed. So who is Simon Ekpa? That somebody cannot betray me. I don't understand. Honestly, when I look at these people, I laugh. You people don't know me. Ha! If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who have piloted this affair for many years, can be betrayed by you, and then you are on social media saying somebody close to Simon Ekpa is going to betray him, who am I that somebody cannot betray me? The only thing is that when that person is betray me, is the person going to succeed? That is the question. The person will never succeed. We are in autopilot. And let me also make it very clear. The reason why we decided that the real IPOB is now in autopilot is because they say, oh, you cannot use IPOB. Use IPOB. We are going to sue you. We are going to go to court. We are going to do this and do that. I am telling you now, we are using IPOB. We have become official IPOB. Go to court. That is why we have decided to be the real IPOB. And everything we are doing now, autopilot is a neat name. We are the real IPOB. Go to court. Let us see. I am ready. We are ready. And we want to give it to you people. Water everywhere. Go to court. Go to anywhere. Say, we cannot use IPOB. I'm sorry, somebody told me that I should go back to who I used to be, and that I should not be using abusive word. So, one thing is that, I am not somebody that I know how I use my abusive word. So it is not that I have changed. I have not changed. I am still me. I am still that baby face. I am still that I am still that small face. I am still that thing in Finland. I have not changed. But sometime we are going to be adding this salt and pepper so that, so when you see me using abusive word on some certain people, do not feel disappointed that, oh, Simon Ekpa is now using abusive word. No, or vulgar word. No. I am still me. Very, very gentle. very, very peaceful, and very civilized as such, and no how much also. So it is still me. But what I'm telling you today is that itama ronishi nasohintutu nchoi taginike agama sonshi agama tagi tama shinoginike. That is who I am, and I've been saying this thing from day one. So I want you to understand that I told you I am going to address you on the infiltrator. We have finished them on Ekperima. Ekperima is no longer selling because since the day I made exposition on Ekperima, it is no longer selling. I don't see them anymore calling me Ekperima. The people that are calling me Ekperima now are autopilot. At least I have seen autopilot here calling me Ekperima. Okay? But I don't see them calling me Ekperima again. Autopilot have taken over the Ekperima. They are calling me Ekperima. Okay? But now I want to tell you one thing about the infiltrator. Go and check the meaning of infiltrator. But ask yourself question. They say, don't call them autopilot again. Call them infiltrator. Do you know why? Do you know why they want to call you infiltrator? Because they know you are not Sabo. They know you are not Sabo. And the spirit of Biafra don't allow them to call you Sabo. They call you infiltrator. Have you thought about that? Have you noticed? You know one thing is that some of you don't even know what is going on. Have you noticed? Have you noticed that they don't call you Sabo? Have you noticed that they don't call any autopilot Sabo? The word they call you is infiltrator. Infiltrator is better than Sabo. Have you noticed that? But after today, they will stop calling you infiltrator. After today, they will stop calling you infiltrator. They are now sit on Radio Biafra. They say, call them infiltrator. Call them infiltrator. You do not know why. Because the spirit of Biafra did not allow them to call you Sabo, to call you Saboteur, to give you a name as a Sabo. And the thing is not sounding good. I want you to start from this night to go and sleep and think about it. Think about it. Why is it people not calling you Sabo? Why is this people not calling you Sabo of all names? Why is it that a whole you autopilot, they are not calling you Sabo? It is spiritual. I know that a lot of people don't notice this. But after this broadcast, you are going to notice it. You are going to notice it. You are going to notice that Sabo is no longer being used. Because the spirit of Biafra don't allow them to use Sabo. They use infiltrator. So if they have been using saboteur, who knows? But I'm telling you today, after this evening broadcast, the name infiltrator will begin to disappear. Go and mark my word. Our own is that we come and tell you, and it will happen. So go and mark my word. After this evening, the name infiltrator will begin to reduce. And the Sabo can never ever sell in their mouth because they know you are not Sabo. They know you are not Sabo. They know you are not Saboteur. So no matter what, the spirit of Biafra will not allow that Sabo to, it will not allow that Sabo to sound very well in their mouth, from their mouth. It cannot. When they want to write it on social media, the spirit of Biafra will not allow them. It will not sound very well. Sabo. They can never. I am telling you the fact too. Although after this broadcast this evening, they will also try to use Sabo. But it is going to fail. Okay? So now, let us go. Why I'm saying this thing is that for you to know the reason why Gowon refused Abori Accord is because of what? The same spirit, the same betrayer, the same Sabo of these criminals. The reason why they say Simon Ekpa, they will not obey Mazen Nnamdi order for Simon Ekpa to broadcast on Radio Biafra, which was even a blessing, was that they say Simon Ekpa announced it first. That Simon Ekpa should have waited for them to announce it before they announce it. The same thing that brought Nigeria to where it is today. So if Biafra own, it is positive. Biafra own is that particular spirit of betrayal of you did not allow me to announce it will not destroy Biafra. Rather, it is shaping Biafra in the right direction. So I want you people to watch.
For him to make the
Skill for one thing.
It was a 2-day conference of peers and old mates, but its aftermath produced even further controversy.
When we came back, and Ojukwu did not go to make the statement he made first, virtually giving the impression that we've agreed for a confederation to move apart, etc., which was really not in exactly that. If I had had the opportunity to make my broadcast in a fast, because that was the agreement, not for him to make the broadcast fast, move apart, etc., which was really not in exactly that. If I had had the opportunity to make my broadcast in a fast, because that was the agreement, move apart, etc., which was really not in exactly that. If I had had the opportunity to make my broadcast in a fast, because that was the agreement, not for him to make the broadcast fast, then if I had committed myself to what he said, then there wouldn't have been any problem. But he went and said certain things that certainly looked wrong, and therefore the opportunity to make my broadcast in a fast, because that was the agreement, not for him to make the broadcast fast, then if I had committed myself to what he said, then there wouldn't have been any problem. But he went and said certain things that certainly looked wrong, and therefore we saw in practically everything he did.
I want you people to understand that it is the same spirit of the betrayal of Nigeria, or the Nigeria spirit that possessed these criminals in IPOB. Those people we chased away. I want you also to understand it is the same thing that they did to Abiola. Abiola went and announced himself a president. Abiola went, because Abiola waited and waited and waited. He didn't know what was going on. He went and gave a press briefing. Abiola. And that was how they eliminated him. The spirit of betrayal, the spirit of Nigeria is what we have chased away from IPOB. That is the spirit that have almost destroyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But when you look at this man, you find out that Ojukwu waited for a very long time. They refused to announce the outcome of Abore. Ojukwu waited. They refused to announce the outcome of Abore. The same thing. When you hear the story today, they will tell you, oh, immediately the broadcast came, immediately the OZ came, Simon Ekpa went and announced it. Simon Ekpa went and announced that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave him order to broadcast Radio Biafra. When in the actual sense, they were already changing what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. They were already coming to me to ask me, do you want, what do you think if we give you slot on Radio Biafra? That was how they came to me. You know, you people don't know what happened until I open up. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave a message for Simon Ekpa to be broadcasting on Radio Biafra, they came to me. Instead of them to give me this message, they came to me to say, oh, what do you think if we can, if you can broadcast on Radio Biafra? I told the person, hey, hold it there. Hold it there. The message already came directly to me. I have received the message from Onyendu. So which one is telling me if I can broadcast on Radio Biafra? Onyendu gave a message, and that message already got to me directly from the source. So don't tell me if I can, So I want you people to understand what was going on. Because, I have never told this story. I have never told this story. So they came, they were trying, and if you listen to the one in Germany, he said if he was the one who that message came to, he will never deliver the message to me. I want you to know the mindset of the criminals. Somebody is saying if he was the one the message came to, he will never deliver the message to Simon Ekpa. You all hear that, right? He said we will not. That is what was going on. So I have to come to post it on the platform. The spirit of Nigeria that betrayed Ojukwu is the same spirit that have possessed the criminals that we chased away today, and they have betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and betrayed Biafra. But of course, it has turned out to be something good. They never expected what is happening now to happen. So let us watch.
What he said, then there wouldn't have been any problem. But he went and said certain things that certainly looked wrong, and therefore we saw in practically everything he did. I think it was to play up to the gallery, not being sincere.
At Aburi, yes, we agreed on area commands for the armed forces. At Aburi, we agreed that the police force would be decentralized. We agreed on those. Yes. We agreed even to show that we didn't separate. At Aburi, we also agreed on certain revenue formula. That's what happened at Aburi. Aburi again, because I always end up, it sounds odd today, but I always end up by saying I must have been naive, because I believed actually that would be the end. I'll confess to you, when I got back to Enugu, oh yes, I had a party, believing that probably the danger was over. That's what we thought. Until they then began to deny everything. It was the denial of Nigeria that made me publish the tapes of Aburi, because we had insisted that each one should have a set of tapes. Everybody talks about confederation. Go and look at the transcript. There is no time that the word confederation came from my lips.
Did you hear that? Ojukwu said, everybody talks about confederation. There was no time the word confederation came from his lips. I want you to understand the spirit of betrayal. Now, go and listen to these criminals the time they were attacking me. They say, I have announced myself as the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Is there anywhere you have ever seen me announcing myself? In the post I made about broadcasting on Radio Biafra, is there anywhere I have announced myself as the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra? The answer is no. All their E-rat and the E-warriors, that time when they think they have E-warriors, they were all broadcasting it. Simon Ekpa is announcing himself as the leader of IPOB. Simon Ekpa is now interim leader of IPOB. Simon Ekpa is this and that. The same thing Nigeria did to Ojukwu. Betrayal. The betraying spirit is the same. Ojukwu, they say Ojukwu announced confederation. Now, the question is now, go to the transcript of Ojukwu announcement. Ojukwu say he never mentioned confederation. So have anybody come to say Ojukwu mentioned confederation? Have anybody come to say yes, they saw Ojukwu, they heard Ojukwu mention confederation? The answer is no. But you have to give a dog a bad name in order to kill it. So what did they do? They say Ojukwu announced a confederation. I want you to listen to the story. They are all the same. Betrayal. Evil people have the same spirit controlling them, and they can never change.
In broad terms, Aburi changed the title of head of state from Supreme Military Commander to Commander-in-Chief. It gave the regions control over internal affairs, and concurrence of each region was now required for any decision affecting the whole country.
They say Simon Ekpa this, Simon Ekpa that. Every day I want you now to listen to this particular audio. Very, 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 very important. Today is going to be and of course, we want to call on the northern volunteers. Our volunteers in the north, we have intels that the criminals are struggling to start contacting those volunteers in the north. I want you to call this particular section of this broadcast and forward it to our volunteer in the north. The coordinator of the entire northern Nigeria, this particular note is for you. Make sure that all volunteers in the north will not pick or take any calls from any expelled criminals. If you do that, you are directly betraying the struggle and what we're about to do. I want you to understand that they are being under pressure, under heavy pressure by the Nigeria state to come in and try to disorganize the plan we have, which nobody can do. Do not give yourself so cheap to be used to disorganize our freedom in 2023. What they are doing now is that we have intel that they are contacting the northern volunteers, for a very good reason that I know why. Because they know the importance of North. They know the importance of our borders. So they are now trying to contact our volunteers in the North. Tell the volunteers, if they want all these sufferings and the colleagues that have died for this struggle to be in vain, they can go ahead. But let me tell them, nobody will destroy Biafra. They have never given birth to you. They have never given birth to you. Some of you were under attack, running for your dear life, because they want to eliminate you. Today, we have stopped any possibility for anybody to eliminate you. We have ended it. So if you think that you can be picking calls from these criminals that we have expelled from the struggle, you are going to run again. Because they can never ever change. So if you think that you want to, they have consulted some oracle and do some juju so that when they talk to you, you are going to fall for it. Just know that your own is gone. I am telling you, your own is gone. So do not tell every volunteer in the North, do not pick calls from any criminals that we have expelled from this movement until Biafra is restored next year. Keep yourself away from anything that will make you to derail. Keep yourself away from anything that will make the devil to use you against this freedom. Do not allow yourself to be used as a tool against the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and against our freedom. That's a word that goes directly to the northern volunteers. Very, very important. Very, very important. Now, I want all of you.
Dear friends, well, Simon Eba, when see only a freedom fighter. Egwe, Nagwatandemba, Osi Egwe, criminality Simon Eba. Ojegunu, NC, now we name a video. Now, na broadcast of today got poco. Broadcast na poco when you see one on and one. Uchibabuku nunde neso Simon Ipabunde autopilot nandi do. Ifele mebwe unu.
All right, we need to. we need to refresh. Oh my God, we need to refresh. All right, one moment. We need to refresh, and I want you people. I want you people to. I want you people to. One moment. I want to show you. I want to show you something. You know. One moment. I want to play Tifu. Wait.
Girlfriends, ndị autopilots, ndị du, na criminal Simon Ekpa, ka o ji ego unu na-atụrụ ya wee na-aṅụ NC na-agbalị unu egwu. Onye kpọrọ onwe freedom fighter. Egwe na-agwacha ndị mgbakwu. Ọsịghị egwe. Ha! Alụ melụ. Unu afụgo na onye ori criminality Simon Ekpa. O ji ego unu aṅụ NC na-aṅụ ya n'iru unu na-eme vidio na-agbara unu egwu na-agwa unu na broadcast of today ga-apụ ọkụ.
Ọ ga-apụ ọkụ.
Broadcast a na-apụ ọkụ NC unu ọ na-aṅụ na egwu ọ na-agba. Otubogbukwu unu ndị na-eso Simon Ekpa bụ ndị autopilot na ndị du. Ifele megbue unu. Nwa m ebubo m. Ewu. Simon Ekpa na-akpụ unu egwu na ebe o ji ego unu ome fundraising na-asị unu ESN na o etinye ya na-asị unu na ọ ya achụ ndị Fulani under 24 hours. Ogwu na o butego nuclear weapon from North Korea o eji wee gba ndị Janjaweed. Asị na ebe o ji ego unu aṅụ NC na-agbala onwe ya egwu na-agbakwa unu na broadcast ọ ya emetụrụ ya afọ ọkụ. Onye agha ogbulu ka agbalụ mma na-eti mkpu mma na-akpọ na-akụzikwala unu na-ese ndụ nto skuul ka unu wee malụ na Simon Ekpa bịara ogbugbu unu ya ekwe unu ekwela. Ndị ka na-esu eke ewu o wee na-akpụ unu ewu wele egwu na-aṅụ NC na-enyi ya jụzara onwe na ajụjụ kedu ibe ọ na-eme ife a freedom fighter ewu gbanụ m ugboro onye maazị Nnamdi Kanu pụtagolu mmiri nkịtị na-aṅụ mmiri na-agbala unu egwu ife egwu emelụ ife aṅụli emelụ bekede ma ife aṅụli emelụ nụ Simon Ekpa ga-eji wepụta wele ego unu na-atụ in the name of ESN na-aṅụ NC. Alụ melụ onye pụtaza Simon Ekpa sị na ọnwa ọzụkwa onye ọ ga-asọpọtụ ka Biafra wee bịa mana Chukwu okike abịa ama kpọpụtara anyị maazị Nnamdi Kanu o wee One Line Foundation ndị maara ife ndị bụ Biafra nnefa na nnafa bụ Biafra na ọ bụrụ ndị nnefa bụ ndị Igbo nna m lụva bụrụ ndị S-men gba na-azụ afọ Igbo agbacha ọsọ agụọ maịl ka a na-eje n'ubi ka ji n'aka o mere n'izu omenọnwa ọ ga-abụ anụ gbaa aja ọsọ agba anya aja egbe ka ọ na ọfụ.
Oh my goodness. And let me inform Biafrans that you know, it is not everything we come here to say in public. Only if this man know me. Only if this man know me. Before I join Biafra struggle, Ebugum, Ebugum, Abalmaboba. You know, but anyway, what do I have to? I don't need to respond to this kind of people, but just for you to understand the level of the mentality of the illiterate that have been agitating for Biafra. Of course, you know, can happen now. And in America, so, but I like Biafrans, the way Biafrans are responding to them. So let me play the response. Let me play the response.
Nyama wala anyị nyama wala anyị it's not a guarantee. Nyama we love it. Anyị like ya. Don't worry. So what is your problem? Ọkwa ịkọ na aṅụlị ọkwa ịkọ na agbala egwu ọkwa ịkọ na egwu wayo nya bube anyị wayo no problem nya naba anyị ego nsogbu adịrị ya onwe gbasara unu di ya rapụ na ya otu unu si anyị chọrọ ya otu unu si emeta anyị chọrọ ya onye goro anyị si n'isi anyị chọrọ ya ife unu meta anyị interested ya so you know oh God, I'm not entitled to do this, but I don't think that now we're anything to discuss with you people because when people trade on this brain, what child on this, you never single brain, I think I can see a human being. Unara may friend you only see I want the man and the Galabalunu man. Unane man Rapun Simon, Rapun Simon, now you goes gear. God will punish that person. God will curse that person. We don't really rap one man do. Rap the aka. Rap on Simon aka. Rap on Simon kachineke na rebu no. Eh? Can you have a problem? On a good sense, only I was unu. On a book, only I was unu. You got to get a book. Now we are not to buy a mobile. We are interested. We are living at the child. We are interested. We love him. We care for him. We cherish him. We admire him. We do everything for him. In fact, yeah, forget about him. Forget Yanya. Forget Yanya. Hapunia. I ain't likely. Hapunia. Yes, we are the autopilot. We are IPOB autopilot. We are IPOB. We are indigenous people of Biafra. And Simon is our commander. So, no problem.
All right. So, and you know, one thing is that, you know, this thing is somehow very, this is very funny, you know, because every day, I don't know. These people know when I joined this struggle. I joined this struggle as a big boy. I joined the Biafra struggle as a big boy. And I didn't hide myself. Everybody knows my activities, you know what I do and stuff. I didn't hide myself. So I joined Biafra struggle as a big boy. I did not join Biafra struggle like in there go, they got this man, you know. So, and some of them, I didn't join Biafra struggle. You know, one thing is that some of them never believe that somebody, you know, will actually, join Biafra struggle and become a media person. Because they believe that this media work is only for people that are only for criminals, only for tout, only for people that don't have anything to offer. So I think it was a shock. It was a shock to them for somebody who is reasonable to join, to come and start making brokers on Biafra. You know, I told you people that, you know, you can never hear nobody from Nigeria to mock Biafra again. What are you going to mock about Biafra when you see the quality of the people that are now in autopilot IPOB? So who are you going to mock? Is it money? Is it a profession? Is it certificate? Is it education? So who are you going to mock? You know, we are better than the people serving Nigeria. We are better than the leaders in Nigeria. The autopilot, the people piloting autopilot are 1,000% better than the president, better than the Senate president, better than the House of Representatives, better than every person you can think of in Nigeria today. I am telling you the fact. The people that are piloting autopilot now can govern Nigeria very well and make difference. So why would somebody will now see a sudden change in Biafra struggle and you think the person will be very comfortable to come and call you tout again? No, that was the reason why they don't longer call you tout. That's the reason why they no longer, they no longer call you tout. They no longer call you all those names. Now they call you a Biafran. They call you a POB. They call you the name that you are because the people in autopilot made it possible. I am telling you the fact. So now we are going to. There is one audio I want to play, just to pass information to Biafra people. Very important.
Yesterday, I was
Pay
on
attention.
office today. So I said, since I'm off, let me use the opportunity to run some things since I'm not doing anything at home. So yesterday, I said to go to bank, to UBA yesterday to open account there. So when I was going, I went to the UBA at Wedra Road. So when I got there, they said they are not working, that they are renovating the place, that they are not working. So I said, okay, let me go to the one at Bank Road at Slow Junction. So I crossed road again. I got a bus there. A bus stopped by to pick me up. So I told the driver that please, I'm with 15 naira, or can you drop me at UBA at Bank Road? That I'm with 15 naira. He said, okay, don't worry, I should enter. So when I entered the bus, the Imo bus, as we are going, he then stopped by and said I should excuse him, let him do something. So he then stretched his hand and closed the back door. So in my mind, I was saying, you are closing the back door, whereas you are looking for passenger. Is it when they come now you start opening the door again? So after Cherubim Junction, the guy then, so I received a call. After answering the call, the guy started telling me that you will stop here, that I will stop you for you to enter another bus. That since I entered this bus, that his mind has been troubling him. That if not, that he would have wasted me now. That he would have wasted me. That does it look like he's after passengers on the road? I became afraid though. So immediately I said, let me go out from the bus. The door was locked. So he started shouting at me that, am I stupid? Am I mad? Did he tell me to go out? No, I said, sir, you said it's like I will enter another, that I should enter another bus. That is what I wanted to do. He started shouting at me that, did I tell you to go out now? Did I tell you to go out now? Are you stupid? Then do you know who is talking to you? Ha. I was shocked. He then said I should look at his back. That I should look at the back, that I'll see a red car that is following us. That car now, that they are the people that wants me. That the people that wants me, that wants immediately he gets to where they are going now, that my name will be sorry, that this will be the last day of me on earth, that I will not live to see again. That just that his mind has been troubling him since I entered the bus. I should thank my stars, I should thank my God that he don't want to do me any bad thing today. That if not, that he then raised his clothes up. Nah, the guy was with gun yesterday. He put the gun on his trouser that yesterday. That I should just use it and know that he's not after passengers, that he's looking for girls. That he's looking for girls now. That and since that I entered the bus, that I just look like his younger sister, that he took me as his younger sister because I resemble the younger sister. That's why he don't want to waste my life. I should know where that he's going to stop me somewhere. So front of that Polaris Bank that is close to government roundabout, that traffic there, that Polaris Bank that is there, a guy now cross by. Because when I was sitting in the bus there, he was there was someone was calling him. Yes, and someone was calling him. So and he was not picking the call. So the one that he later picked, he started asking, "Hello, Egede. No, 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 be this girl, no, be this girl. Make you freestyle the girl, no, be this girl. This one, na my sister, be this, no, be her, no, be her." I was shocked in the bus. Then the guy, he now stopped by. The guy now cross road and came to where the bus where I was. Then the guy now put his head inside the bus and started telling him, "Okay, guy, open the back door now, make we dey go now. Open door for me, make we dey go sharp, sharp, sharply, sharply." The guy now, the driver now told him, "Egede, no be this girl, now no be this girl. I don't tell you, say no be she. Now my sister be this, no be she. The guy started shouting at him. They started exchanging words in the bus there. And me, when I was just silent, I was not talking because I was afraid. I was even praying in my heart, say, God, just forgive me for all my sins, because I don't know if I will be able to come out from this struggle. So the guy now said, "Okay, guy, wait, make I park well. Remove your head, make I park well." He then removed his head from the bus that he put his head. The driver now drove off, started going to that Olu road. He took me to that IMSU side. From that IMSU side, back gate, from that side, prefer that is, he was just carrying me around Owerri that yesterday. I mean, when I was afraid, I was begging him in the bus, begging him. He said, "I should no need of me begging him, oh, no need of me," because once I didn't mean he did not close that back door, that boy enter. I didn't mean he did not close that back door, and that boy eventually entered this bus. That there's nothing on earth that I'll beg that that boy will hear, even that I'll not even see mouth to beg because I'll be unconscious now. I'll not even know where they're taking me to. That I should just thank my God that he decided to save me today. That I'm safe today doesn't mean that I will save tomorrow. Now let him tell me now that some men are after girls now. That they are after girls, that they are looking for girls seriously. That before we enter bus, that we should pray and we should be careful in the bus that we enter. That should look at him that he's not looking for passenger, oh, that he's looking for girls, and that this thing that he's doing to me, that he knows how and what is going to cost him. But the thing is that he wants to clear his conscience. And that's why he's doing this. But the guy puts fear in me, oh, because if he said let him, he will stop me here. When we reach there, he will pass. If he said he will stop me at the other side, when we reach there, he will pass. Then he said why he's doing that is because there are people following him at the back. That this phone that is ringing now, there are people that saw me when I entered the bus, so they are coming for later. He now dropped me at Mbari Street, Mbari, that Item Street at Mbari, that UBA. After that UBA, you now get to Crunchies. So he then stopped me at that. He said, "She are going to UBA." I said yes. He said okay, that he's going to look for a UBA bank to stop me where they will not see me. Then he now stopped me at the UBA at Item Street, Mbari. So when we got there, he now drove front again and stopped me at St. David Hospital. After that crunches, St. David Hospital. He now said I should just thank my God that if not that he would have wasted me. That if not that today would have been the last day of me on earth. That he don't even know why he's doing this. That I should just go and that money that I will pay him, I should go and give it to a beggar and thank the beggar and thank I should first of all pray and thank God before giving the beggar the money. That I should not fail to do that. If not, that he don't know that I don't know the kind of trap that I fell into today. That I think is by being a fine girl, by being what. That I should just thank my God. That do I know how many people that that we are not opportune to cross to that we are not opportune to overcome this temptation. That I should just go and thank my God and I should be very, very careful wherever I'm going and any motor that I'm entering, that I should be very, very, very careful. That how much am I with? I say, sir, I'm not with any money. That the only money that is in my bag now is 250. he said, okay, that she used 200, go and give to a beggar, and for me to thank God for what he did for me today, that he don't even know why I'm doing this. He don't even know the kind of spirit that I have that made him to do this. He then said, did he touch me? I said, no. Did I take anything from you? I said, no. He said, I should just go and testify that sugar is from his motor. He then opened his car. That was how he dropped me. And that was how God delivered me yesterday.
All right. The reason why I play this particular audio is for you people to understand what is going on in Biafraland. So let this message go, especially our young girls going forward. Don't enter anyhow bus. We are now in a very, very dangerous time. Do not enter anyhow bus. Before you enter any bus, make sure, if it is possible, do not stand and enter from the roadside. Always go to parking place. Always go to the parking place and to the park and enter a bus. As time goes on, because we know that the enemies are everywhere, we may, I believe the Biafra government in exile will have to come up with something. We may have to, implement some certain measures to make sure our people will no longer be victims of ritual killing. Very, very important. So we are going to bring a modality between now as soon as possible to make sure that we start to implement some certain measures to curb this particular incessant killing for rituals. So, but for now, let this message go to every woman in Biafraland that going forward, if you want to enter any public transportation, if you want to enter any bus, you must first of all pray to God and make sure you do not enter the bus from the roadside. Make sure you enter the bus where some people will see that the bus is actually a commercial bus and not those who are going to look for who they are going to kill for rituals. Because this is real. And once you enter the bus, they are going to do something and you get unconscious. And you will never know yourself again until you are gone, and your people will never hear from you again. So this is important. And Nigeria military are helping them. Police are helping them. It is something they have come to do in our land. And together, we are going to win them before Biafra comes. All right. Before we go into before we go into question and answer, which we're going to do today, I want to bring one video for you to listen to. Today we are going to give a final nail to the name called Ekberima.
This is stem of elephant grass. It is called Ekberima in our language, Mbo language. We use it for New Yam celebration, otherwise called Itsukwe. That festival is called Itsukwe in our dialect. This stem, elephant stem, grass stem, is explosive in nature. We burn it in the fire and it becomes brown. You can hit it in any hard object, be it stone, wood, or anything, and it will sound like a gun. So, and it's a very big occasion. Any young boy that has that explosive nature and performs wonder can perform wonder in him for the good of the society is respected. Should be well respected, and that is what we call Ekberima. Ekberima is not a thief. Thief is a rogue. Thief in our language is Onyoshi. So Ekberima is not Onyoshi in our dialect. Then anyị ihe a bụ akala akịka si na elephant grass. Anyị na-akpọ ya Ekberima. Anyị ji eme mmemme oriri ji ọfụ nke anyị na-akpọ nsukwu na be anyị. And ọ na-agba ka egbe ma ngacha ya n'ọkụ. So ọ ya nwere ihe ọzọ. Ọ bụrụ Ekberima bụ onye osi na be anyị. Onye osi bụ onye osi.
All right. All right. You have just watched that particular. You have just watched that particular. Putting the final nail on the coffin of Ekberima. So you know, all this while they were calling me Ekberima, they were actually giving me the spiritual name. You know, giving me the spiritual name. So when I noticed that I have actually succeeded in Bakacha Hahu with that Ekberima, I came to make it public. So when I know that the job has been done, I came and make it public. What is Ekberima? Because one thing you don't know is that name is spiritual. Name matters a lot. So when they are calling me Ekberima, if Ekberima is a thief in Anambra, it is not my business. It is not my business. If Ekberima is thief in Imo State, it is not my business. But in my place, it is not a thief. In my place, Ekberima is a powerful elephant grass, just like you just heard here. So the name you give to people matters a lot. Name is spiritual, you know, and as some people will give their children one name, it will begin to affect them. So they give me a name. And my village don't know Ekberima as a criminal. My dialect don't recognize Ekberima as a criminal. My dialect recognizes Ekberima as explosive grass. So after that, I noticed that we have defeated them, and with this name, I decided to make it open. So even if they stop to call me Ekberima today, it have done, the job has been done. Now, somebody talked about infiltrator. You know, the point is that there are also different definition and, you know, meaning to infiltrator. And some of the definition will say that infiltrator is a person or a thing that causes one substance to pass into another by filtering. Okay? Do you understand? So if we go by this particular infiltrator definition, you know that it is causing, you know, when we came in, you know, the criminals are there. And if I want to, let me explain to you people today. When we come into the struggle, the criminals were in charge. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was crying that he needed 100 men. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was actually looking for infiltrator. Infiltrator. The 100 men Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was looking for was infiltrators who will pass through to purify the IPOB. So I don't want to, you know, go into this because I don't want them to stop calling us infiltrator yet. Okay, let us, you know, you know. But anyway, even if they stop today, that one have also achieved its aim because we have actually chased them. So let me tell you more about the infiltrator. Some of the definition of the definition of infiltrator is that a person. Listen to this particular definition. Infiltrator is a person or a thing that causes one substance to pass into another by filtering. the root of, from this definition now, from from the internet or from the Google, however you can take it, they use example. They say, for example, the root of wetland plant serves as massive water infiltrator, allowing more rainwater to seep into the soil and recharge underground aquifers. So when you look at the definition, you find out that we have actually come to do the work of the infiltrator, not infiltrator as a spy, not infiltrator like a spy to go and spy IPOB and come to give information to the enemy to use against IPOB. No, not to come to the Biafra agitation and get information to use it to go and give the enemy for the enemy to use. A spy cannot come and spy, and then after spying, he come on social media to broadcast. Do you understand me? A spy cannot go and spy and come and start broadcasting against what he is spying for. So that particular definition of infiltrator being a spy is not applicable to us. I want you to get it. You see, it is teaching. This is teaching. Because when they say you are infiltrator, they probably do not know the meaning of infiltrator in a movement like this. Okay? They probably did not know the meaning, because probably they are thinking that infiltrator is the appropriate word to describe somebody who is betraying or who is spying. But infiltrator is not actually a better word to describe anybody that is betraying the Biafra struggle. Okay? Because infiltrator in a movement like this is actually designed to pass through, to make this whole thing, the agitation or the agitating group, to pass through a certain thing that will now purify the people or purify the struggle itself. And if you watch what has happened since February till now, you find out that we have actually done the work of purifier. We have done the work of infiltrator. We have done the work of purifying the Biafra movement. Do you understand me? So, and if they tell you, oh, they are calling you infiltrator because you are a spy, it doesn't add up. Because you cannot be a spy and come out to public to show what you are spying for. Do you understand? It doesn't make sense. Okay? So, if it, the other day, I said, I am after the, 2 days ago, I said, I'm going to come and I'm going to explain infiltrator. And after that explanation, believe me, they will never call it, they will never call us infiltrator again. But I thought about it. I said, no, let me allow them to continue to call us infiltrator. That any day I will explain this infiltrator, they will stop calling it. And now somebody asks that I should, somebody, yes, thank you very much. Yes, infiltrator separating the weed from, oh my goodness. Chineke God, you have just finished the work. In fact, let me, in a very nutshell, okay, let me bring to you what our leader said, the definition of infiltrator. The definition of infiltrator. I want you to listen to this. No, clap for this guy. What is the name? The name is very difficult. What is the name? Lick Oye. You people should give a round of applause to Lick Oye, because he has just hit the nail. And let us hear.
But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be. until Biafra comes and beyond to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba Biasika and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuokike Abiama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora Eri, the same God of Owe Eri, the same God of Arochukwu, not even the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you.
Now, those people that were born for Biafra restoration, they are the infiltrators who have come to separate the chaff from the wheat, or the wheat from the chaff. The infiltrators are those who were born according to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So when you listen, you see that most of this name, is spiritual. When they call it, it goes against them. Any name they have called us, I've gone against them. Any name they bring today will go against them. So they call this infiltrator. When you look at, go and Google it. Go, just type Google infiltrator in Google, and you are going to see the meaning of infiltrator. As simple as that. So anything they do goes against them. Anything they say goes against them. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying he needs those who were born, those people who were born should come. Because they were not part of the, he was talking to those who have not even joined the struggle, who were born for the struggle. So they have to come. And in order for those people that were born for the struggle to make headway in the struggle, they have to infiltrate. They have to infiltrate the struggle. They have to infiltrate the IPOB, to purify the IPOB, to purify the movement, which bringing us to where we are today, that everybody in Nigeria is panicking, that the international community, they are panicking, that the world are about to witness a new nation in Africa. Because with the presence of these criminals, it can never happen. They can never declare Biafra. They never come for Biafra. They were never born for that. They were never born for that. With these particular people, criminals in IPOB, they can never say no election and they will stand on it. Today, those infiltrators has come, which we are very proud to be part of. And we have purified the movement, and we have declared no election, and we are going to stand on no election until there will be no election in Biafraland. So let us listen.
From their mother's womb, they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
All right. And of course, as you can see, that issue has been addressed very well. And we are going to go into a few minutes of question and answer. Thank you very much for your super chat. Thank you very much for your super chat. We appreciate you. You defined infiltrator can be said to be a special tact team like alums coming to destroy every criminal and traitor and witches. Exactly. Well said. Thank you very much. So we are taking calls now. Question, please. Straight to the question without wasting time.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening from here.
This is Mazoika speaking, sir. Please, just want to do it very quickly, please. I want to pass a message to you, please. It's
Okay.
not it is something, okay? Please, after my own, and I just want to tell you my analysis. After the last Soludo's press statement, what I find is that Soludo want to change the narrative of organ harvesting to shift it to Igbo people.
Yes.
It's like the assignment they gave him. So that is what Soludo did. He just deliberately want to change the organ harvesters as Igbo people. So that is the assignment the Fulani gave him.
Yes.
That is what I found out.
Yes,
we
and
need
of
to
course.
see how these people are using their own crime to use our life to change their own crime, their criminality, their punishment. Oh God.
That is true. That is true.
Again,
but God will continue to expose them. So any place they are gone. And I want to inform Biafrans that anybody who goes, they say, we have a fundraising on the 27th. So they say they are making fundraising on the 25th. And we don't know what they want to raise the fund for. They say their salary is they don't have salary anymore. They want to sustain themselves. It is on the website. So they want to sustain themselves. So I don't know the reason why they put their charade fundraising when we're having fundraising. So probably so that nobody will have time. Nobody will have time to go and see how they fail.
Mazi,
Yes.
Please. I know I'm the first caller, please, but I'm doing this because I'm on medication, so I have to go to sleep. Okay, please. You talk about the name just now. This name, you see, the old names our ancestors give our villages has to be restored. Those names are histories.
Yes.
Most of those names are our ancestors preserve history. They are historic. So we need to restore those names. If you those old names go, they will tell you the meaning of those names.
Yes.
That was how they preserve history.
Yes.
Okay? So we need to if the immediate they come around and influence the name changes. You know, name have spiritual.
Yes.
The person who give you the name and the person who answered the name, the spirit connected to it.
Exactly.
So that is an insult to our ancestor, very big insult. Okay? And again, the last please. There's something I saw. This thing has been troubling my mind. And I don't know if I'm the one that saw it. I saw a classified, it's like a classified report, but somehow declassified. But when I went there to download it again, I did not see it again. That was the report from one of the British colonial masters, you know. That was before the missionaries. So I think that was a report about the Igbo land. So the thing he said there, I am troubled. What he said there, what is in that report? I tried to download this so you can see because I'm too old to be young. I'm too old to be saying nonsense, to propaganda or anything. No, I'm a true Southern African flower. So I can never say anything propaganda.
Yes.
Okay? So I want to have it as evidence before I'm telling people.
Okay.
But what is written there? I don't know if you allow me to just share it just 1 minute.
No, you don't need to share. You don't need to share it since you don't have it now. So when you have it, you share it.
I can't find it. It's like they removed it from it because
Well, we will find it if it is a report about Igbos or something. We are going to find it. So don't say anything derogatory or anything that is not evidence based. So whether you have seen it disappear, we wait until we see it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Thank you very much, Chidebere Uja. Thank you very much for your super chat. We appreciate you. God bless you, Mazi Samanepa. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. You're welcome to the program. Go ahead with your question, please.
Mazi, good evening, Mazi.
Good evening.
Mazi, you see the reason why in this figure now was here, we can Ghana was here, but not say what is the weapon each Ghana.
Okay, Okwagin 2 days ago, Simba. Yes. Yes, yes. Chai.
You will live long.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, go ahead with your question. Good evening and welcome to the program. Hello, welcome to the program.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine. 2 friends sent me a message to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
One of them is Chinedu.
Okay.
One is Okechukwu.
Okay.
This actually one of them is from Kogi, the other one is from Benue.
Okay.
And their name is Chinedu and Okechukwu.
Okay.
Actually, one of them speaks more Igbo than me.
Okay.
Their village is in Kogi, and one of them is still in the force up to today.
Okay.
One of them pulled his cloth. He's now hiding in one African country. He was in the force already.
Okay.
But he pulled his cloth. They sent him to Enugu. He pulled his cloth and he ran away. So he's in one of the African country.
Okay.
He's asking me, like now, they don't have somebody to speak for them. Because they used to hear you say, if they want to come with us, they will come. If not, we're going. They said they don't have somebody who speaks for them. If you are saying that if they want to come, but nobody speaks for them.
They don't need to. Nobody. Why are they waiting for somebody to speak for them? They can come and speak for them, for their people now. They don't need to wait for somebody.
They don't have a spokesperson.
But they can become spokesperson now. We carry everybody along. We have a lot of them in us. So they don't know if they too can be useful in